to look at Beepbox. To get to Beepbox, you'll go to beepbox.co. You can go ahead and do this at home while you're watching if you want to split your screen or listen and watch, but we're going to do beepbox.co. One of the great things about Beepbox is that you can create, and it can be very simple or it can get more complicated. There's a lot of levels for students. So if a student is just starting off, they just click on any of these lines and they can create music. If they want to get more complex, they have some options. So I'm going to walk you through just some simple preferences or simple ways to approach Beepbox and why it's so important to think about and create individually. So what's great about this is you can do it on an iPad, on a cloud-book, on a computer, anything that has a web browser. This is web browser based. Right now you might see that there's a shared Twitter feed on here. You can keep that shared Twitter feed, or if you want to, you can scroll down and you can have them download an offline version at your school. And once you download that offline version, that Twitter feed will go away and it will look like this. This is the offline version. If you wanted to do a different approach, you can let me know and I can show you another option for that if your school needs you to approach it differently for whitelisting. So we have this online version, this offline version that you can utilize. And what you do is you really just click on any of the bars and it creates a sound. Once you've clicked and you have those highlighted, you can click play. To unclick that, you can click on it and it will go away, or you can hit Control Z and it will undo anything that you've put on there. So you have play, you have rewind, you have move forward, you have a volume control, and then also you can do a new blank song, you can import a song, export it, you can copy the song URL. What's wonderful about Beepbox is that all you need to share it is the URL. And once you have that URL, you can share it with other people. So this could be a collaborative experience for students, or they could share it with you as a teacher or their family or friends, their own video creations. You can view it in Song Player, and that probably doesn't work because I'm on the offline version. But you can copy the HTML embed code, or you can recover a recent song. So those are some of the file preferences. You can edit it by undo is Z, redo is Y, copy the pattern is C, paste. So these are some of the functionalities for editing. And then your preferences, you can auto play on loud, you can auto follow the track. So you have a highlight fifth notes, show all channels. So if I wanted to show all channels, it would give me that choice. So those are some things that you can look at. Once you want to change, so let's say we want to start simple with a student, and we're going to start with this easy smiley face. If you'll notice, this is a pentatonic scale. So that's a pentatonic scale. You can change it to easy with a frowny face, and then that's a minor pentatonic scale. You can change it to an island scale, or a blues, or a normal, or a double harmonic, or a strange, or expert. And I think expert would be a chromatic scale. So you have some differentiation available just through the scales that you utilize. I'm going to stay on easy smiley face because today it's been a good afternoon. And so one thing that you can do with students for their social emotional learning, like we talked about, the power of creativity, is that you can have them think, okay, am I happy? Do I want something that's simple? Am I sad, but I need something simple? And they can choose if they want a happy sound or a sad sound, a major sound or a minor sound. You can change the key and the tempo, and then you can also change the type. there are tons of choices for types of instruments. So let's say I want, I'm gonna do a ukulele sound. So I'm gonna do a ukulele or a banjo. We'll do a banjo sound. I can add harmonics. I can change this. I'm going through this really quickly, but I wanted you to see some of the choices. So let's say I'm having a day, I'm having kind of a rough day. And I'm feeling a little bit sad, and I just want to express some and create in something that's maybe a little bit sad. So I'm going to go to a normal, and I'm going to do a frowny face. So I have a minor scale. And I'm going to and I can repeat that pattern. So that's my 1. I can then add a 2. And I can make this a long note. And then if I go to the beginning, so I can kind of play around with my mood and just really create. One of the great things about Beatbox is that students can plug in headphones and then they can create in a safe space because they're the only ones that can hear it. And I think that's a really valuable tool as you walk through creating with students. You can create online, live, in person, in class, and that's a valuable tool. But this is a way that students can create alone and work through maybe some of the emotions. So you might say, how has this last week been? Or how have you felt about the pandemic? Maybe they, being home with their family has been happy for them. Or maybe it's been a struggle, and you can kind of allow them to create. And then to take it the next level, they could start to put words to it, and they might say, wow, this is kind of hard to vocalize, so I'm going to bring this up here, or and they can kind of play around. Creativity is so valuable in our social and emotional health. So this is just a simple way for your students to start creating using beatbox.co. There's other ways and other tools, technological tools that can make creating really fun and interesting at home. If you're not in person with your students, or if you want to have a substitute work with them or have their classroom teacher work with them on creating their own music. So this is just a little piece of beatbox.co. It's one of my favorite tools, and I have a lot more in my toolbox if you are interested in learning more.